Hello, everybody. So today's the second session of a Python. So we will talk about lots of things, but I think it's better if we start by opening what we have from Visual Studio Code. Yeah, so I think it's better to follow me or do what I do, and I will try to be slow as much as possible. So I open the Visual Studio Code. Yeah, I think I can remove this one. And this is what we wrote last week. Let me know when you have any question. You can just write me on the chat, then I can see. So do you remember this? And you can just interact with me by the chat, by writing one or something. Do you remember? Who remembers these folders, like this folder? Uh, because we have to do a revision first before I go to today's lesson. So last time, what actually we did is first we created this and we learned how to print. Yeah, so let's do today more printing. Print, and we are revising. Yeah. So, and you can, to run this, what you do is actually py and followed by the name of the file. By the way, if you don't remember how to open this terminal, I can close it. I go here, I click on here. I think why it's not, it seems it's not active. Let me give it some time. Oh no, keep waiting, maybe. It doesn't matter. I can just close and open it faster. And okay, good. So this is your project. So we have week 1 here. I can create from here. And after some time, I can see the terminal. Actually, the VS Code and the terminal are just integrated, or we can say connected. So you don't have to open the terminal separately here. And yeah, so as you can see, print, I wrote this print, we are revising, and let's print this out. Py, and then the name of the file, it was hello, right? It was hello. Hello, and tab, it finished for you. And as you can see, what I wrote now is here. Or actually, py might not work. Just write Python and the name of the file, hello. Yeah, it's printed out. And last time it was not working because I think the pass was not right, but I fixed it for myself. And by just clicking this one, you just run your Python file like this. Yeah, this is, then that means you learn the print, the built-in function. Yeah, So after that, we learned about commenting, how we comment in Python. So we use hash this. So the commenting means actually to leave some remark on the code, and that remark might explain about the code, or it could be a feedback or anything you, or maybe if you don't want some code to run, for instance, you just comment it out like this and it doesn't run. So you can use commenting to make your code more readable. Yeah, so this is a single line comment, multiple line comment, again multiple line comment. Great. Maybe I think it's good also verify. Does everybody use the print function? Who doesn't use? If you use print function, just let me know from the chat, and you may write me one. Did you use print? Yeah, print is a built-in function to print something. Yes, great. So you have used, that's great. Now, so on this file, what we learn is actually print. But you should remember that you can use print. It could be a string. We can put string, and it can be also multi. It takes multiple arguments. For instance, number. It could be a Boolean or anything you can add, or maybe, for instance, also 1, 2, 3. If you put something like this, it prints this one and lists this one. So it prints. Yeah, so you should know that the print statement, the print built-in function takes multiple arguments. What's argument? Anything we put here is an argument. This is one argument, another argument, and here a list argument. How many arguments do we have here? No, I'm asking how many arguments?
3.
Yes, 3 arguments. So it takes multiple arguments. So it seems this is clear for everybody. So now we are at the comment. Do you understand the want you to write one again? So did you understand the purpose of comment? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, could you please write to me, and then I know how many people understands the purpose of the comment. And also the different, like this one is a single, because if you don't have lots of things to write, you use a single line comment using the hash. Some people say this hashtag, but it's not a hashtag. Actually, it's just a hash. Okay, there is nothing with tag here. So we use this single quote, but 3 times, and this is a multiple line comment. Multiple line comment whenever you have lots of text which can goes in many lines. So you write this the same, this and this is the same. No. Okay, great. So I think everybody understood comment. And then actually we talked about data types. Before I showed you what we write there, can you write on the chat how many data types we learned so far? And then I will show you this. I will just open it and show you what we have discussed last week. Could you please remind me the data types we learned and also the data types you know? Yeah, you can also list down some of them. It is hard to say. I can't say the data types are 4 or something. We may have covered 4, but actually in Python, you may have just lots of data types. It's not just limited in Java as in JavaScript. Yes, number. Yeah, that's number is one of the data type. Yes, a string, list, boolean. Yeah, tuple, dictionary, and it goes. And in the number also we have double. Do we have double? We don't have double. No, we don't have double in Python, but we have integer, float, and complex number. Yep. Array, we don't have array. We, instead of saying array, we called it list. Yeah, it's just but the same. It works and behaves like. So you should see, guys, the chat channel. If you don't see that, you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, you remember lots of things, and I'm happy for that. So as you can see on this file, we will talk about data types, and we wrote them like this for us just to it's not a comment, but as you can see, I am using the comment as in a note. It means to write down notes, numbers, data type. I can say data types. Yeah, this is the number data type. We can just even okay, numbers, integer, float, complex. And then we talked about also string, but for some reason we forgot to write boolean. So booleans are true or false value. Oh, yes. 5, 6. These are just the main data types we deal with most of the time. There are other many kind of data types. Okay, guys. So I can't say there are 6 or 7 data types like JavaScript. For instance, in JavaScript, we know we have about, are they 7 or 6 data types? There is no other data types. But in Python, it's somehow different. Okay. So I don't mislead you by saying these are the only data types you have. No. But these are at least the fundamental data types we deal with most of the time. Great. So number data type, if you remember, what is 3? 3 is a number, right?
That's exact.
Yes, it is
an int.
Yes, it is an int, it's an integer. So we used a built-in function here. What is the function here? A built-in function?
Type.
Yeah, we can use the built-in function type to know the data type. So as you can see, I can run it. If I run it and if I go a bit up, as you can see, it's printed 3, but the type is integer. And then we have also 3.14. What is this number? By the way, everybody knows this number. It's pi, right? The value of pi, and the type is actually float. And then I just wrote some complex number, and you can write also actually this seems complex. Yeah, why seems? This is a complex number. Then we can use this type to know if it's a complex or not. Imagine you don't know, right? If you don't know, you use this. And also your program, sometimes you may need to check something. So if you go, it's complex. It's printed out. And sometimes when you print like this, you don't know from where it's coming. So you can write, for instance, what is the data type of 3? Then you will be sure that you have a tag. This acts like a tag or a label. So I will run it. And if you see, yeah, what is the data type of 3? Yeah, the value is here. You can, so it's really very effective to have some label or tag. If not, sometimes you don't know the output, what output you are checking. Okay, so 3.14, and the type is actually a float. We have seen that already, this one, and this is complex. And then first name, then actually we finished numbers, because there's not a lot of things you can do with numbers. Do you? No. Okay, then we have these strings. Actually, I think I taught you this after I taught variables. Now let's imagine you know how to declare variables. By the way, do you know how to declare variables, guys? Yeah. So variable. Yes. So who can define for me what's a variable? Yes.
It's a data storage.
Yes, it's a means to store data. So as you can see, we store 2 at a variable at a memory location A, B, 3 to 3 at B. So this means we're actually storing. It's like, for instance, if there's an empty chair, that empty chair is actually a variable, a memory location. When you sit on the chair, actually the data is filled. There's already someone there. Yeah. So imagine in a classroom also there are different free spots of chairs, and students go there and sit. So you can imagine that a different memory location and can take data. So this is actually a label or a means to store data. We have 2 at A, we have 3 at B, and then we can sum and again store it in a different variable with it. So you know what a variable is. So in the first name, we have my name, and last name, I have my last name. We can concatenate. Concatenation means actually, concatenation is merging. Is merging two or more strings together. So as you can see, we can concatenate. We have first name and last name. So the first name plus some space and then the last name give us something like this. Okay, maybe another more example also I can show you. Print. I can say Helsinki. Concatenation. I have to statement or country. Do we have country already here? I have to store it in some country, but it's not a country actually. Helsinki, because I'm going to write a couple of things, and Finland. So if I print out this, you may expect that Helsinki, Finland with a comma. And even it's not only with a comma, so and a space. Let's see how it looks like. Helsinki, Finland. So this is actually, we call it concatenation, but this kind of concatenation is a bit difficult, and we saw a very good kind of concatenation later, did we? Okay, yeah, but we can also see it.
It was in a variable.
Yeah, okay, it's in a variable, yes. Then yeah. So the point here is actually we're talking about the string type. We can do concatenation, and another is actually we can also check the length using the len method. We have different string methods to manipulate populate the string. Yeah, as you can see, first name, and we can check the length. I think it's 7 or 8. And the sentence, we have this one, and we can check the length. As you can see, 96, and the length of my name is 8. And even if I want to change this to words, we use the split method, and we just change it to a list. Now you know what a list looks like. A list is like a list of a list of shopping list, or it could be a list of books, a list of people, a list of names, a list of something, anything of different data type. We call it list. And even we can change to lowercase, uppercase, white times upper. Okay, it's a different string. And even we change to title case. We checked that last week. Okay, for instance, now, but as I said, this is not exhaustive list. Where can you get exhaustive list, guys? You get exhaustive list. I have to go to GitHub, and our material, reference material, is going to be this, not that. This material. String is 1 day. It's a 1-day challenge, and if you go here, you get exhaustive list, step by step. And for instance, different way of string formatting, yeah. And this is actually the old way and a very annoying way of string formatting. And last time, this the beautiful way, yeah. Yes, this is very beautiful. We saw this. And I would recommend you to go through and also do the exercise. The exercises are so easy, and it goes step by step. Don't jump. Don't jump just, oh, this is so easy. And if you just jump to somewhere, no, it's not good. Even though it's easy, just go from the first to the end, because there is a follow-up question, and the concept is also built one after the other, so it's good to connect the dots. Yeah, this is my recommendation. Have you seen it? It could be tiring to do some of the simple exercises, but it really pays off. And if it's simple or easy, you can make it faster. You can work, you can finish it faster. Yeah, so please, if you just click here, star, it will be on your Git. How many of you have a GitHub account? I want to know from the comment. If you don't have a GitHub account, can you write me 0? 0, 0. I want. If you don't have 0. Oh, okay. Guys, so I want you also be serious. You need a GitHub account. You should know how to use GitHub. From the HTML and CSS lesson, I taught them how to use the command line and the Git and the GitHub last week. So I will share with you. And please go, because the recording of the HTML and CSS there. So I will share with you, and could you please have a look? Yeah, it's really important. Yeah, as a developer, if you have a plan to be a developer, you really need, and you should know what's going on GitHub. What's Git? What's GitHub? What is this star means? What is this fork means? And all those kind of things slowly become familiar to you. So I would recommend you to have, but to use this material, you don't have to have a GitHub account. Yeah, great. Let's get back to this. Then list, as you can see, we have as a first list, we have names of beautiful people, Yes, beautiful people, politicians. I think this has some typo, but who cares? Let's just keep it like that. So how many people do we have in this list?
3.
Yes, and if it was really long, 1 million, more than that, how can you count it? Using this method. But now it's so easy to look at it. I just count it manually, 1, 2, 3, or you just look at it 3. But we have a method, this len function, a built-in function, and you pass the list here as an argument, and then it gives you the values.
Asabe,
Yes.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. What is the difference between built-in functions and methods?
Okay. That's a very good question. Is the difference between functions built-in? I think I will do functions, custom functions, and methods. Okay. Methods, usually you write it, you have to have something, usually the object, you have to have the object, and the method comes here. And you write it like this. If you have an object here, if you have an object here, and if you write it like this, it's a method. For instance, did we use something like this? This is a method. Yeah, this is a method. So this is a method. This is a method. This is a method. This is a method. These are methods. But these are functions, built-in functions, because it's not attached with anything, right? They are just standalone. That's the difference. But to understand this very well, why we write method like this, we have to cover first about object-oriented programming. So first we should understand what is class, what's object, and what are methods, fields, and so on. Yeah, and we come to that maybe in the middle of the training. About the middle of the training. Is it clear now? But at least now you can identify them. Does it make sense? Did you manage to see it, the difference? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I think there's some silence. I want you to, okay, let me write a string. If I write sum, by the way, sum is already a function. Sum 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think you know the sum of this, right? Print by itself is actually a built-in function, and sum is also a built-in function. So I'm expecting this, I think this is 3 and 3 and 6 and 10. I'm expecting 10. Oh yeah, so have you seen sum takes at most 2 arguments for given. I thought the sum works. Okay, takes at most 2 arguments, so I think I was mistaken. So this is not, it doesn't take something like that, but it should be a list. The sum function works with a list, so let me try it now. As you can see, it's 10. But most of the time, methods cannot be stand alone by themselves like this. So they should be attached with some object, something like this. For instance, I have this object, and I'm attaching it with this. For instance, first name, I can just print first name. Have you seen? First name is a string, and this can have different string methods. In Python, everything is a class. So from that class, you can have objects. So now if I just, for instance, split, and it can be split to words, my name will be split to words, for instance. Actually, it changes to a list, but if I do, for instance, something like this, it will be split into what separator? Empty separator. Do I need this? No. Anyway, you got the point. So we need to have some method to split. I mean to do some manipulation. Yeah, this standalone, it's not connected to anyone. This is the sum, but the split is actually connected to the object. This is the first object. So in Python, everything is a class, and from that class, you can have an object. But these are actually a very difficult question. So it's much better to keep it for some time to make it more clear and not to be overwhelmed and not to be confused. Okay, I think that's enough for this part of the explanation, and let's move on to this list. We've been here, so we have 3 people and numbers, list of numbers. As you can see, whole numbers, even numbers list, and we can calculate the length using the length built-in function again. And we told, and also this is a list of different data types. I can see integer and float again, and complex. And here I can see string, and then again, I can see list, yeah? So, yeah, the same example all over again. And we saw also how to extract the data. For instance, we managed to extract out Finland using countries, and the first index start from 0, yeah. And to know the last index, actually the length minus 1. This, or we can use this method minus 1. So that's very good. And we can also modify, for instance, last time we changed, no, Finland is not Finland, instead it's Suomi, and then we changed it Finland to Suomi using this way. Great. And even we change it 0, 1, 2, I think 3 Norway was changed to Greenland. It seems that Norway was changed to Greenland. As you can see, 3 means 0, 1, 2, 3. That means Norway was, but anyway. So it doesn't have any meaning here. So don't go too much logical, but I mean, the changing Norway to Greenland is just for example here. So then we use also different methods again, like append, extend, slicing method. But before that, also by just adding 2 methods, this num1 and num2, and it just gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just union. In mathematics, you can just say union. Yeah. Okay. Then this is how we slice initial and final. I think since we will come later with this thing, so we don't have to spend too much. And by now you know variables and also this formatting, string formatting. Yeah, I think we should continue today's lesson, but before that I want to add here something important, what we didn't really actually even before string, I should have added numbers, and next to numbers, what should come right away is booleans. Booleans. Yeah, booleans. Booleans are true or false values. Yeah, so that means print the value could be true, or print the value could be false. Yes. So what's the value of true and false? So I want to really ask, what's the value? When do we use this, true or false? What does that mean? Yeah, I like to give you some example. In life, we usually compare things, right? If you compare things, something might be bigger or less than something. So if something is greater than another, we say true or false. For instance, print 2 is less than 1. What's the value of this comparison? Uh,
False.
False. And if I say print 3 is greater than 2, and the value of this comparison is true.
True.
And so now I have this true value. Based on this true value, I can make a decision. So actually, these booleans allow us to make decision, to automate something. If this happens, that means if this happens, it needs a confirmation that is true or false. Do that. Or if this happens, do the other. So actually, booleans play a great role when it comes to programming. So we make decision. To make a decision, we have to have some comparison or some statement to prove. Yeah. Okay, but we did also some kind of arithmetic operation, right? Yeah, actually we did here. If you remember some arithmetic operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the remainder using modulus. How do we write modulus? I can check module. Module. Remainder. Item. The modulo operator, yeah. So modulo or modulus, and when you just add, so that's the what I was trying to look for. By the way, Free Code Camp is also a very good a platform to learn coding, and coding related topics are there. Okay, great. The modulo operator, and then this is exponential, and this is floor division. I'm just commenting it out, and everybody knows this is addition. So we do addition also, we do subtraction, and we do multiplication, and we do division. So as you can see, commenting now, I'm highlighting, so it allows you to read it, so it makes it more readable. Yeah, great. And then we managed to format the data here, and yeah, I think this is enough for a revision, and I will pack this to the here. I will not touch it. And now let's start week 2 officially. Okay, where is it? How can I make a folder? This is how you make a folder, and I call it week 2, and everything will be there. So how about if we have a break and come after 10 minutes, and then we do it in a more energetic way. So yeah, can you have a break for 10 minutes and come after that? Is that okay?
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. I will see you after 10 minutes. See you. Bye.